Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. A man from Lavaca has been sentenced to prison for a $134 million healthcare fraud scheme. Billy Joe Taylor sentenced to 15 years and was ordered to pay nearly $30 million in restitution. Prosecutors say Taylor submitted fake claims to Medicare for lab testing during the pandemic. Court records show Taylor and his co-conspirators also obtained private medical information for Medicare beneficiaries and then misused that information to repeatedly submit claims to Medicare for diagnostic tests. And the Bentonville School District is asking parents to take a survey on current plans for parent choice of schools. The plan is to offer elementary school kids from across the district a school environment focused on one area of interest. They say they will open the parent choice school at Mary May Jones in downtown Bentonville, and the survey asked questions about educational goals and opportunities their kids would like to experience. They're planning to open that school in the fall of 2024. Well, before we get to other news, let's get a check of that weather as we're heading into the weekend with meteorologist Zach Scott. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Joe, we continue with a scattered shower chance through your Friday into your Saturday, even into Sunday. We get a break on Monday, and then we'll start to build in some higher humidity through the rest of next week with rain chances returning. We tracked a scattered batch of showers pushing out of eastern portions of 5 country this morning. A little bit of break heading into the afternoon. Already lunchtime, looking at temperatures widespread low to upper 80s. We'll see the warmest temperatures in the River Valley. Cumulus clouds bubble back up. We've got a stationary boundary hanging out over 5 country. That'll be a focal point for the renewed development of some more downpours getting into the afternoon. Some of those could have some brief pockets of gusty winds and hail. We'll have to watch those. Again, not everyone will see rainfall today, but some of you will get that rain-cooled air. We'll look for things to quiet down as we go deeper into the evening and lose that fuel. We'll look for showers to fire up overnight. By tomorrow morning, should see an ongoing cluster of rain in central Oklahoma. Could be strong to severe. That will roll eastward. Overtime's expected to somewhat weaken. Areas that could still see some strong wind gusts with it, south of the I-40 corridor, looks to be the best chance. Late morning, early afternoon, we'll look for some scattered showers into northwest Arkansas. The atmosphere will have to likely recover as we go through the rest of the day, so we'll look quieter for your Saturday afternoon, and then we'll track some more chances of showers coming in on Sunday. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. All right, now let's get you caught up on some stories you may have missed this week. The Arkansas Department of Transportation is trying to figure out how to make traveling in Benton County easier with what they call a connector study. 5 News reporter Rachel Williams was at the first of 3 meetings to get public input and tells us what this project will eventually mean for the area.
What brought this back up in the last 6-8 months, we've now heard from more people who live near Highway 59, Highway 72, who are concerned about all the traffic.
Tuesday night's meeting showcased the beginning stages of this project. The study shows that there is a long-term need to improve north and south travel between cities like Gravette, Centerton, Highfield, and Tawnytown.
Down the road, we've got to do something to alleviate the traffic here in the northwest part of the state, primarily Benton County.
Public Information Officer Dave Parker says as of now, there isn't a direct way to get between those 4 cities.
I think it's necessary. We go to Centerton, we go to Bentonville, and nearly every time we go, we see new subdivisions.
The Stanton family said they wanted to come out to see what kind of benefit this would be for their commute.
That they've relocated where the work's going to be done, actually close to where we live. We're concerned when we leave our road. Turning left, sometimes we can't get out in several minutes.
The Stantons live in Hiwassee, and they say it's difficult to travel to amenities in larger cities like Fayetteville and Bentonville.
We can jump on right here and be to Joplin in 45 minutes. I can get on there and go to Fayetteville in 45 minutes.
But it's way less stressful going to Joplin, and it shouldn't be.
But with the region growing every day, they say they're glad RDOT is starting early.
And it's nice to see that they're trying to take some preventive action before it gets to be a bigger problem.
The project includes 7 phases, and Parker says there is no state funding attached to this project, but he explains what's next in the process.
We'll take all the public input here. We'll present that in addition to our findings to the Highway Commission in the next 30 to 40 days. And then all that does, all they will approve likely, is that any of that study we can use going forward.
In Gravette, covering news where you live, Rachel Williams, 5 News.
And an investigation out of Cameron, where members of a high school baseball team were shot at while driving to practice. One was struck. Now, we've been following this story all week. We heard from the superintendent. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker has that story.
All 5 of them were really shook up.
5 members of the Cameron High School baseball team were shot at around 6 Tuesday evening while driving to the school for a weightlifting session. Cameron Superintendent John Long says the teens were driving on the bypass in Poteau when they were shot at.
This red Mustang was in front of them. And when they pulled through the light, he pulls over and they go by him. And when they go by him, he pulls back out behind them and he pulls up beside him on the bridge and he starts waving a pistol and he shoots through the back door.
Long says 3 teens were sitting in the back seat as the bullet went through the seat and hit the person in the middle seat.
First thing they thought is we got to get to our coach, and which was at the school, and they were 10 minutes away. And so they just gave it gas and accelerated as quick as they could and got to the gym as quick as possible.
When they got to the school, he says the baseball coach immediately called 911 and first responders arrived quickly. The victim, who was shot in the lower leg, was taken by helicopter to Arkansas Children's Northwest, but is now back home and expected to fully recover.
I think that kids look up to their coach and they just felt like they needed to get to him, besides being on the side of the road, and because the guy could have come back, and they wanted to get to their coach as quick as possible, which I think shows leadership on his part too, on the kids looking up to him to do that.
According to Poteau Police, both the victim and the suspect are Native American, so the Choctaw Nation Tribal Police are investigating this case. In Cameron, covering news where you live, Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. Have a great weekend.